Journey Through Parenthood with Martina Bills.
Brought to you by Southern Ohio Medical Center. Very good things are happening here.
Good Wednesday morning, everyone. I'm Martina Bills. Thanks for joining us here on the WSAZ Now desk for Journey Through Parenthood. Well, the month of February is known as Heart Health Month. We've been doing stories. You'll continue to see stories here on WSAZ about how to keep that heart healthy for all ages. And today we are talking about a collaboration that is just announced this week between WVU Medicine Children's Heart Center and Valley Health. And what this means to our community is that if you have a pediatric patient, like a child with a heart or vascular issue, and they need to see a heart specialist, they would typically have to travel to Morgantown. Well, this collaboration is bringing the WVU doctors to our region, to Huntington, to Cabell County, to Valley Health once a month to help those tiniest heart patients not have to travel so far.
You know, and the idea is that for routine checkups, for patients that have diagnosed pediatric heart disease, they can go to a local cardiologist for routine checks. This will also be good for, say, a middle schooler or high schooler playing sports. If somebody hears a murmur, we can evaluate that and give clearance. So the idea is really just to have a local clinic so that patients don't have to drive too far. I mean, that area is 3 hours from Morgantown, and it's 3 hours from Columbus and Cincinnati. And so we have a full-service children's heart center from fetal cardiology all the way through adult congenital. We do all the complex operations, including operating on neonates. Sometimes we operate on babies that are 0 days old, 1 day old. But the idea is that for routine care, patients can stay locally. But for more complex things like open heart surgery, cardiac catheterization, electrophysiology studies, they come to Morgantown, but most of the care can be delivered locally.
And that has to be bringing a relief to these families, because these are appointments that you cannot miss. You have to keep up with, and this is their child's care that these parents have to rely on you for so much. But being in Morgantown, it's harder for these families. Talk a little bit about what this will really mean to these patients to be able to get that care here close to home.
Yeah, I just think it's easier for the parents. It's easier for the patients. You know, gas is expensive. Travel can be challenging, especially in the winter or with other weather. And I think that this will be a clinic that is close to home, that if something comes up, you know, they can be seen locally and not have to travel so far. So I think it's really convenience. You know, there's some cost savings for the family, definitely. And so that's what we want to offer. We want to be close to the community for these things.
Yeah, and you know, when you were talking before the interview, you were talking about how you guys have the most comprehensive congenital heart care center in the state, and talk about how that care is just kind of, you're spreading that care out throughout the state because it is so vital to these children.
Right. So we, like many other heart centers across the nation, we have Morgantown as our hub just because to do open heart surgery and cardiac cath and rhythm studies and things, there's a certain amount of equipment and personnel that's needed. So Morgantown is our hub for the higher level, sort of tertiary and quaternary types of procedures. But we have clinics throughout the state, from Martinsburg to Wheeling to Parkersburg, Summersville, Lewisburg, Beckley, Princeton, and we had not yet had anything in the Huntington, Charleston corridor, and there's so many people that live there, so many young people, and so we wanted to offer care there, and Valley Health has been great. They've been great partners, and this has really come together quite quickly, and we look forward to opening this just in the coming weeks here.
Okay, sounds good, Dr. Massey. Is there anything else you can think of, though, that you want to make sure these people know?
I'd just like to let people know that we have a really top flight children's heart center. We offer all pediatric heart care, as I mentioned, from fetal life through to grown-ups that have heart disease. And so we're doing the most complex operations. We have great results, and this is not a business where you can have poor results and just get by. And so we have a great team of cardiologists, intensive care unit folks, anesthesiologists. Everybody on the team only focuses on pediatric heart disease. And so we're not adult caregivers that dabble in this. We've all been specially trained, and we all work day in and day out on this, in these areas. So I just encourage patients and practitioners, please don't hesitate to reach out. We're here to serve the state.
So Dr. Christopher Mascio with the WVU Children's Medicine Heart Center says that this is just another way to provide some of the best services to those tiny heart patients, pediatric cardiac patients here in Huntington. So how this will work, I'm going to put up the information here so you can see how you can get information about this and how this will work. So a pediatric cardiologist from WVU Children's Medicine Children's will be traveling once a month to Valley Health's Pea Ridge Health Center, which is located in the Big Lots Old Kmart Plaza on Route 60, kind of near East Pea Ridge, on the fourth Thursday of every month. Now that begins on February 22nd, so the fourth Thursday of every month. Now, referrals to the pediatric cardiology services are not required, and you can get an appointment for your child by calling 304-598-4835. Now, this service is open to everyone, and it's just a collaboration between WVU Medicine Children's and Valley Health, bringing cardiac care for pediatric patients here to the Huntington region. And, as Dr. Mascio said, this can really be a relief for some parents who have previously had to travel from this region all the way up to Morgantown to WVU Medicine Children's for those appointments. Sometimes that can be obviously time consuming when you're juggling school and work and making those appointments and getting there. And sometimes weather plays a role in getting all the way up to Morgantown for appointments like that. And sometimes those families have to book hotels to stay in if the appointment's early in the day. So definitely a nice collaboration between Valley Health and WVU Medicine Children's. And we here on Journey Through Parenthood are here every Monday and Wednesday at 10 o'clock on the WSAZ Now Desk. If you want to reach out to me for a story idea, you can find me on social media, on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, well, now called the X. If you want to send a story idea, never hesitate, and you might see it featured here on the WSAZ Now Desk. We hope you have another great Wednesday and enjoy that sunshine. It is sunshining through the blinds here on our set, and we hope you get to take some of that sunshine in.